Welcome back to Lazy History Club, the only history channel where Renaissance popes give elephants spa treatments and trials include tusks. Today, we dive into one of the most gloriously absurd stories the Vatican has ever tried to keep quiet. The time the Pope got an elephant, gave it a royal welcome, and then kinda put it on trial. Make yourself comfortable, grab a peanut, and let's talk about the curious case of Hanno the Elephant. In 1514, Pope Leo VI was riding high. Literally, if he wanted, he was the son of Lorenzo de' Medici, and he ran the Catholic Church like it was a Florentine art gallery. He loved theatre, he loved luxury, he loved exotic animals. So when King Manuel VI of Portugal offered him a gift to curry favour with the papacy, he didn't send gold. He sent an elephant. A white Asian elephant named Hanno. Now, white elephants were considered mythical and holy in some cultures, symbols of power and prestige. Leo was absolutely thrilled. He didn't just accept Hanno. He adopted him like a furry heir to the throne. Hanno arrived in Rome with his own entourage and immediately became the Renaissance equivalent of a viral TikTok star. People crowded to catch a glimpse. Children squealed. Cardinals wrote about him in their letters like swooning fangirls. Hanno learned tricks. He was trained to kneel before the Pope and trumpet on cue. And Leo treated him like royalty. Hanno had a custom-built marble stable in the Vatican gardens, stocked with fresh water, fruits and hay. His stall was cleaned daily. He even had perfumed baths. To say Leo doted on Hanno is an understatement. Some accounts say he commissioned special robes for the elephant. Others say Hanno had a golden bell collar. Basically, Hanno was living better than 99% of Europe. Leo's obsession didn't stop with elephants. The Vatican was slowly becoming a zoo. Under his reign, the papal menagerie grew to include lions, leopards, bears, and a rhino who tragically died en route and ended up immortalized in a famous woodcut by Albrecht Dürer. But Hanno was the crown jewel. The popes had had exotic pets before, but none had stirred this much excitement. You know it's serious when ambassadors start requesting audiences with the elephant. Hanno was paraded at official ceremonies. He made surprise appearances at papal banquets. There's even a report that he bowed to Emperor Charles V. It was all fun and tusks, until Hanno got sick. In 1516, just 2 years after his grand arrival, Hanno began to decline. He grew listless, stopped eating. His once playful nature faded. Desperate to save him, Leo summoned the best Renaissance physicians money could buy. And what did they do? They dosed the elephant with a laxative. Now, here's the thing. 16th century medicine wasn't exactly known for its nuance. These were the same guys who treated headaches with leeches and recommended powdered emeralds for stomach cramps. Hanno's treatment consisted of large amounts of gold-infused purgatives, basically fancy liquid poop accelerants, and surprise, it did not go well. Hanno died on June 8, 1516. The city of Rome mourned, and Pope Leo lost it. Most popes, when faced with the death of a pet, might mutter a sad prayer and move on. Leo VI held a full papal funeral. According to accounts, Hanno was buried in the Vatican gardens. A grand memorial was erected, complete with a Latin epitaph that read like a eulogy to a fallen general. The inscription mourned Hanno as a rare and wonderful creature, more intelligent than many men, which, fair. Some say the Pope even commissioned a sculpture of Hanno, complete with his favourite bell and robe. Others whisper that Leo wept openly during the service, surrounded by weeping cardinals and confused altar boys trying to hold a candelabra over an elephant-sized casket. Here's where things get weirder. Leo didn't believe Hanno died of natural causes. No. He believed somebody messed up, and he wanted answers. The papal doctors were brought before him and interrogated. A full inquiry was launched into Hanno's treatment. Rumours swirled that Leo blamed not just the physicians, but possibly Hanno himself for dying. One source claims that he declared, "It is a sin to be gifted such a marvel, and then let it perish by foolish medicine." And here's the truly wild part. Some scholars suggest Leo considered holding a symbolic trial, either to punish the doctors, or, depending on the telling, to put Hanno's spirit on trial for abandoning his divine purpose. Did he go through with it? Official records don't show an actual trial transcript. But what we do know is this. A pope accused someone, or something, of killing his elephant. And for a few surreal weeks, the Vatican was less Holy See, more Holy Circus. After Hanno's death, Leo never fully recovered his joy. His indulgent parties grew quieter. His animal collecting slowed. Rome's obsession with exotic pets faded. And yet, Hanno lived on in legend. Poets wrote about him. Artists painted him. Tourists asked where he was buried. And centuries later, his story resurfaced as the ultimate example of Renaissance absurdity. A time when popes bathed elephants in perfume and debated divine justice for dead animals. So, what can we learn from the story of Pope Leo VI and Hanno? Well, first, never trust a 16th century doctor with a bottle of elephant-strength laxatives. Second, history isn't always about kings and wars. It's also about the weird little footnotes, like popes holding funerals for animals, and maybe sorta putting elephants on trial. Thanks for lounging with us in Lazy History Club. Until next time, may your pets be healthy, your gifts tasteful, and your papal robes elephant-sized.